In the previous video, we have studied about the sublimation. So here there is a list of five substances that sublimate. So those five substances that sublimate are camphor, naphthalene, iodine, ammonium chloride, and solid carbon dioxide. The solid carbon dioxide is also known as a dry ice. Please remember these five names, my dear students, they are very important. Why solid carbon dioxide is called dry ice? Now, it is ice, but which is a dry ice. So, why it is dry ice? Let us try to understand. Solid carbon dioxide sublimate. Sublimate means um, directly goes from solid to the gaseous state or comes from gaseous state to the solid state without passing through the liquid state. So that is what it is known as sublimate. It means solid carbon dioxide turns directly into gas without passing through the liquid. So if you touch solid carbon dioxide, you don't feel wet because solid directly turns into gas without passing through the liquid. So you don't feel wet because there is no liquid carbon dioxide. But solid carbon dioxide looks like ice. You know, this solid carbon dioxide looks exactly like ice. So it is ice that don't wet you. If you touch it, if you touch, it doesn't give you the feeling that you got wet. So it is called dry ice. Now I hope you can understand, my dear students, that why this solid carbon dioxide is called dry ice. Now we want to understand one more term which is known as freezing. So let us see what is freezing. When liquid is cooled, the liquid state turns into solid state. This process is called freezing. You know, this you can easily understand from the word freeze that we have generally at our home, which makes ice. So when water is cooled into the freeze, it turns into solid ice. So now let us read once again. When liquid is cooled, the liquid state turns into solid state. This process is known as freezing. So the conversion of liquid state into the solid state on cooling is known as freezing. So this is how we can understand about freezing. Then we have a freezing point. So the point of temperature at which liquid starts to turn into solid, such point of temperature is called freezing point. That means the temperature under which or the temperature at which liquid starts to turn itself into the solid is known as freezing point. Please remember, my dear students, that freezing point of water is 0 degree centigrade or 273 Kelvin. Now let us understand something. Suppose you are given a question. The question is like this, that solid when heated turns into liquid. It is known as A. So what is A? Liquid when heated turns into liquid when heated turns into gas. The process is known as B. So what is your B? Gases when cooled turns into liquid. The process is known as C. What is C? Liquids when cooled turns into solid. The process is known as D. What is D? Solid when increased heat and decreased pressure turns into directly into gas. This process is known as E. What is E? Gases when decreased heat and increased pressure directly turns into solid. This process is known as F. What is F? So let us now try to understand. Solids when heated turns into liquid. The process is known as melting or fusion. Liquids when heated turns into gases. The process is known as B. What is B? It is known as vaporization or boiling. Gases, when cooled, they turn into liquid. What is this process is known as? The process is known as condensation. Liquid, when cooled, it turns into solid. The process is known as D. What is D? D is known as freezing. Solids, when heated, they turns into gas directly without passing through the liquid state. This process is known as E. What is E? E is known as sublimation. Gases, when cooled or when we decrease the heat and increase the pressure, these gases directly turns into solid state without passing through the liquid state. What is this process is known as? This process is known as sublimation. So this is your exercise question. Please solve it and understand it nicely. I hope, my dear students, you are enjoying your studies. Happy learning.